Share via email. Report story. By Sashin08. Summary. What if Izuku Midoriya falls in love with somebody else? Warning. MHA manga spoilers. Dot. Morning. Ochako announces to every one of her classmates when she enters class 2A. Some of her female classmates return the greeting as Mina spread her arms out in preparation to hug Ochako. Toru and Momo do the same before beginning a typical conversation by gossiping about their fights and their school work. Everything seems to be back to normal after the battle with the League of Villains. People in the city of Musudafu started to rebuild their homes. Mr. Uraraka's construction business starts to grow bigger as clients from small to large enterprises bought lots of construction supplies from them. He and his wife decided to resign their post so that they could concentrate to deliver their supplies to their customers, and Uraraka was so delighted to help them manage their business. She even volunteers to deliver the supplies to her neighbors, customers, and friends. Normal school days are always the same, where students came in chatting and laughing as if nothing happens. After her fight with Himiko Toga, Moonfish and the Nomus at the Octo Island, she remembers their conversation about how people including her parents rejected her and used her body as a shield to protect her from Moonfish attack. After she died, Ochako vowed to help and protect Izuku and loved her Toga as a friend. Ochako failed to save Toga, but Toga told her not to worry because she got her answer from the one she loves, and finally, free herself and allow her to join with Jin. As she takes her seat, she noticed that the mood inside her class came to normal until she saw Izuku's talking to someone on his cell phone. Ochako frowned whenever she saw him chatting or texting his cell phone because she heard that he likes Melissa Shield. She remembers that she sent his amazing costume Gamma, full gauntlets, and destructible armbands. She met her at I Island Expo where Class 1A was invited to attend the party. After they left I Island, Melissa asked Uraraka his number so that she could send him another new full gauntlet. Melissa and Izuku communicate with each other until Izuku admitted to his friend, Iida, that he starts to fall in love with Melissa. Ochako felt devastated and cried secretly in her room. She knew that he will never love her back and decided to give up on him. After days of crying and feeling hopeless, she finally accepted and moved forward. She still treats him as her best friend, and that's all. Their quality time with each other as best friends became lesser, and nobody seems to notice that Uraraka started to avoid him. No more sitting next to him at the cafeteria, telling jokes, and standing next to him. Whenever her classmates invited her to watch movies or go to shopping malls, she always made excuses like doing school assignments or working sidelines for her parents' business. Hours later, classes ended and students of Class 2A went to their dorms. Some students went to go out shopping, played arcades, visit their parents, and so on. The only students remaining inside the class are Izuku Midoriya and Ochako Uraraka. They were both assigned to clean the room after class and submit class record or assignments to their advisor. Izuku started to clean the teacher's desk and blackboards while Uraraka started to mop the floor. Uraraka-san, Izuku said while erasing the board. Replied impassively as Uraraka dared not to look at him. I just wondering, if why you can give me some advice, Izuku said as he glanced nervously towards Ochako. Sure. What is it? Uraraka asked. Izuku turned his head back to the board and took a deep breath. I'm going to confess to a girl, but I feel she will reject me. Izuku said while scratching his head. Promoted stories. You'll also like. Much needed love Yandere Succubus Momo x Izu. 51.4K809 after Wattpad. Had decided to delete this story out of nowhere. I and many reader were distraught. So I'm making a remake of the story from the ground up to compensate. Not all heroes wear capes. Some just have 8.42.7K 1.4 kilo. Everybody. This is a suicidal depressed Deku book with Dadmik. Will their bond grow? Will Mike fuck up? Will Izuku try to kill himself? Find out yourself. Number 1 Radio. The Heroes Return MHAXJJK, ongoing 114K 1.7K and Quad. Izuku. Midoriya, after being betrayed and killed, vanishes leaving hurt people behind. After 2 months and a hack, he come back, changed. How will the class re? Mirko X Shy Male Reader 170K 1.1 Key. Don't own MHA. I hope you enjoy the story I made. The Kings and Queen Yandere Wakfu X Reader 57.1K 1.8 Kyonder. Wakfu X Reader. Images do not belong to me unless stated. Wakfu does not belong to me, it belongs to Enigma. This is being rewritten in another book on my profile. Izuku's Harem Academia 187K 1.7 Cust. Read. Zero Deku Onishots 31.5K 798 Because of circumstances, this book won't be continued unfortunately. Feel free to check out my other stuff. Thank you for understanding. Ochako stopped mopping and was surprised to hear what Izuku told her. Why are you telling me this? Uraraka thought with a slight frown on her face. Naruhodo, I see, she replied sadly. She took a deeply sighed and said, You can do it, Deku-kun. Do you think so? I mean, how would you know that? Izuku stutters. Uraraka tried her best to show her cheerful smile in front of her friend. I think he needs a little push. Probably, this is his first time to confess, Uraraka thought. Come on, you're awkward, an overthinker and an All Might fanboy. Who wouldn't like a guy like you? Arigato. Uraraka-san. Izuku mumbles as he shows his shaky smile. While trembling, Uraraka noticed that he tried to loosen his red tie which was horribly knotted. Man, you're hopeless. Let me fix your tie before you go. Ochako giggled as she walks closer to him and begins to fix his tie. Izuku flustered as his heart clenched while Ochako fixed his tie. Chatodike just a little and there. All fix. I hope that Melissa will be the one to help you fix your tie every day. Izuku was astounded by what Ochako told him. He couldn't even say anything about the short distance between him and her. All he did was let out an awkward smile. A few seconds pass by before Ochako could be finished mopping the floor. She raises both arms and pretends to yawn. Ugh, I think I need to eat chocolate crepes first before I go home. You really like crepes, Uraraka-san, Izuku while scribbling the class record. Well, cleaning this room makes me wanna eat more crepes. I think I'm gonna buy it after this. Uraraka said. I think I found something interesting crepe stand near UA. They served matcha, coconut, and muscovado flavor crepes. Why don't we buy chocolate crepes after this? I'm about to finish jotting down all the names in the list, he said happily. No, I mean, have you forgotten that you have to confess to her now? Uraraka said while waving her hands. And besides, it might waste your time to buy crepes for me. But, no please, Deku-kun. Forget it, and besides, after this, I can go home early, so you better hurry up. She stammered as Izuku remained silent. Izuku closed his note, stood up, and looked directly at her. Are you mad at me that I'm going to confess to Melissa? He asked, showing his furrowed brow. Uraraka showed her fake smile and said, no, Melissa and I were friends, remember? It's just, she's so lucky to have you. I'm just your best friend. She lowered her head so that Izuku couldn't see her tears. Izuku also lowered his head and he didn't say anything. She closed her eyes and looked directly at him. Izuku, looked at me, she gently commanded her friend. He did what he was told. He was looking at her, but not directly at her shiny brown eyes. She walked slowly towards him and used both of her hands to capture his in her grip. She shrunk the space between them with only very little distance due to their height differences. When Izuku felt someone else's skin touching his hand, he flinched and it snapped his eyes wide opening. Noticing what was going on right now, his face heated up and failing to ask or say anything. Kinishinade, don't worry, Deku-kun. If I'm in her shoes, I'm going to say the same thing as hers. I'm 100% sure that she's going to say yes. Ochako's interruption only leaves the boy's mouth to hang open. His wide green eyes finally look and meet the pair of softened and shiny brown eyes, belonging to his best friend, who reveals a genuine smile. You're the smart, good-looking, and hard-working guy I've ever met. And you exceed so much more than what people expect you. Sometimes even yourself would be shocked by the work you did to make others happy. You saved the world. You're amazing. You're a hero, Deku-kun. You also wear your heart on your sleeves, and, when I met you, I never met a guy who had the biggest heart to share with anyone. That's why Uraraka stops and sighs. I can't do this. I can't tell him that I love him. He belongs to somebody else. Ochako thought while staring at Izuku. That's why I'm happy for you. You're the most confident person I've known, but you know being so shy can attract girls, especially Melissa. I know that Melissa likes you so, Please, tell her your true feelings. I'm pretty sure she likes you back. Urara. I know you can do it, Deku-kun. She releases her grip on his hands, turn him around and push him forward. Go get her, Deku-kun. Do your best. Uraraka said, shutting her eyes, raising her right arm, and showing her Ganbar fist. Without a word, Izuku shoved his class record inside his bag, grabbed other personal things, and walked straight to the door without turning his head back. Before he walked out of the room, he glanced back and smiled sadly. Wakaranai, I don't understand, Uraraka-san, but, thank you, then he left. Soon the boy was out of sight. She began to tear up. He's gone. I lost my best friend, she thought and started to cry. Maybe this is for the best. An hour later, Ochako walked into the hallway and went straight to Getabako shoe closet. She smiled and accepted the fact that Izuku will never love her back. As she changed her shoes, she walked with her hands clasped together behind her back, her spine straightened, and her head held high. I think he's gonna do fine. He's the ideal guy for any girl to fall for. Ochako begins walking to the front door of the school. She looked up at the blue sky, smiled, and hummed a happy tune. Ganbat, Deku-kun. Ochako arrived at her dorm to put all her clothes in her backpack as she prepares to go home. There are lots of things to do at home, cooking, working, and lots of school work. After she put all her things inside her bag, she took a bath and changed to civilian clothes. She submitted her file 1 week excuse to Mr. Izawa so that she can focus on work with her parents. There are lots of tough schedules ahead for her to deliver the construction supplies to the customers. Other supplies should be shipped outside Japan. For her, the more she worked for their business, the more she earned money for her family. After all, she needed enough money for study abroad. Do you want me to buy radish and carrots for the stew? Okay, noted, Mom. Uraraka hung up the phone and shoved it in her pocket. She wore pink jacket with white sleeveless, and brown shorts. Uraraka frowned as she gonna miss her classmates but they're not going to see her best friend this week. I'm going to be strong, just like him. Uraraka said to herself. As she lifted her bag, her flip phone vibrates in her pocket. Her eyes widened when she saw her best friend's name shown on the screen. Ima Doko, Uraraka-san. Where are you now, Uraraka-san? Izuku asked with shaky, exhausted voice. She could tell that he is running. I'm here in my room. She replied. Can you wait for me? I'm sorry, Deku-kun. I must, she hesitated. Please Uraraka-san. I need to talk with you now, he said. Oh okay, she replied with a frown. Good. I'll be there in a second, he said, and then he immediately hung up the phone. What's with him? Uraraka groaned as she shoved back her phone in her pocket. What does he want? If he wants to tell me that they are now in a relationship, well, I'm not interested. A sudden knock in her door and Uraraka immediately opens it. Deku-kun, Gomen. Isogashi, I'm busy. I know you're. Uraraka-san. He sucked a huge breath and grabbed her hand. I'm looking all over for you. Deku-kun. What happened? Is she not in the development studio? She asked. Izuku leaned a bit forward and Ochako stepped up forward to catch him. Do she to know what's wrong, Deku-kun? She successfully caught him as he immediately embraced her but still breathing heavily. Mr. Aizawa told me that you filed for 1 week leave. Please don't go, Uraraka-san. I need to tell you something, please listen. What are you going to tell me? Ochako asked, trying not to embrace him back. I love you, Uraraka-san, he yelled as he hugged her so tight, trying not to let her go. Ochako was speechless. She didn't know what happened and why he suddenly confessed to her. What happened to Melissa? Nandita, what did you say? She surprised as she pushed him and instantly back away. Quote dot. I, I, love you, Uraraka-san, he repeated with his soft manly voice. Aaron, I. No way. Wait. Why you want me to stay because you love me? Or I'm just your second choice? She's startled as her face turns red, maybe an even darker shade. Uraraka-san, I'm just pretending that I love someone, but you shoved me with Melissa. Melissa and I were just friends. She's my senpai and she's staying right now at New York City with her dad. The person I loved is you. Demo, but you left. I left because you pushed me to Melissa. I'm waiting for you at the main gate because you said you're going to buy crepes. But you didn't show up, so I'm worried. Izuku replied. Shinjiro-renai. I can't believe it. But, you told Iida-kun that you fell in love with Melissa, she said angrily. It was his plan to make you jealous, Uraraka-san. Iida-kun already knew that I really liked you from the day we met. I didn't love Melissa. He responded, equally embarrassed as her, but was proudly smiling. And if you think, me and Melissa communicate with other every day, well, the truth is she asked me to confess you immediately. If not, she's gonna ask All Might not to give my full gauntlet back. I told her that I'm going to confess to you when I'm ready, but now I'm ready. Ochako Uraraka, I really love you, Izuku added. I love you too, Deku-kun. I loved you from the day we met, but I don't know if this is a prank. Then I. She looks away as she walks slightly back while her tears starts to show up. Maybe this will change your mind, Izuku said as he pressed immediately his lips towards hers, gently and shy. She hesitated, but she kissed him back. After few minutes, their gentle kiss turns into more passionate. Finally, their lips parted. They both took heavy breaths as they felt their tensions melted away. You're always saving me, from the time I almost died during entrance exam to the time I fought Shigaraki and AFO. Your smile helps me to motivate and you make all my doubts just disappear. Every time things get difficult, you're always there for me. You never gave up for me. I don't want to lose you because I really love you, Uraraka-san, Izuku said as his cheeks reddened. Call me Ochako, responded quickly, wipe her tears. And you can call me Izuku, he replied as he wiped her tears. Nah, I'll stick with Deku-kun because Deku means, you can do it, so I like it. She said with her cute smile. And Deku, that is, he said with a goofy smile. Before you leave, can we buy crepes together? Izuku asked. Hi, Onaka Suida. Yes, I'm hungry. Ochako said. Is Shoni Iko? Let's go together. I'll buy you lots of chocolate crepes and mochi, said Izuku as he grabbed and pulled her hand towards the door. Hantu. Really? Okay, because it's your fault. You made me cry. Uraraka giggled. And so the newly couple walked out of their dorm with their hands intertwined. All Class 2A left the dorm so nobody saw them talking, kissing, and holding hands. Ochako was surprised of all of this happened today, but was extremely overjoyed that she's dating someone she never assumed would like her back. She couldn't help but smile. Same goes with Izuku, her boyfriend. Izuku took his cell phone and answered. Yes, we're officially dating. Don't disturb us from now on. He immediately hung up the phone and shoved inside his pocket. Melissa, Ochako asked. Hi. Yes. But don't get jealous. Because I have you now, he said with a smile. She pouts while Izuku chuckles. My girlfriend is so kawaii cute. Ochako gave him a friendly shove to the side with a laugh and Izuku knows that she's happy. Where stories live. Discover now.